What do you want, Imperial? Yeah? Yes? Huh?
Yes? What?
Stop. In the name of the Jarl. By order of the Jarl. Stop right there. I can make all your problems with the gods go done. Now, move along, before you get me in trouble.
Feel free to make requests.
Seems they're looking to protect yourself or deal some damage. Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
Please, take pity on an old madman.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done.
What was that?
Who's there? I knew I heard something. Done and done. Yes? What did you need? Take a left up. Here. This is one of those weird double runs. Done and done. Yes? What did you need? Where'd you come from? Yes? What did you need? This leads out to the courtyard. Just head for the door. We've made it to the courtyard. Oh no. What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks... well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it set up. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Some of the crests are recently Skyrim's askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something. Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I'd bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around. That'll teach you. there. Done and done. I don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. Give it to my mother. Always smarter than I gave her credit for. Look at this place. This has to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone. You found her journal! Let me take a look at it. I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That if I'm reading this right, there's a formula, a handful. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good. Anyway, enough of that. Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. We just need to find them. Having trouble finding those ingredients? I had no idea her laboratory even... She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her neck. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. The soul cairn is a tiny... It's ruled by unseen... Honestly, I don't know. Necromancer... Nobody really knows. As far as I've read... You give the Ideal Masters... Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were... Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. They shouldn't be that hard to find. Shelves, tables, they should be easy to find. She wouldn't have hidden them. Having trouble finding those ingredients? Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Just get all of the ingredients into the vessel. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Just get all of the ingredients into the vessel. Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me, about all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge. Yes. Are we ready then? All right, here goes. Alright, that looked painful. Now that I think about it, I should have expected. It's hard to describe. The soul cairn is, well, hungry, for lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment. There might be, but I don't think vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem. Not your first choice, I'd guess? Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours. My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. It might be enough to set. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the soul cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe. I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way. Just know that whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes things just have to be. I know that better than anybody. Have you made up your mind? Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the soul cairn. I know this is difficult. I'd never do anything that could hurt you. Let's not wait. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still. Where'd you come from?
You must help me find my Arvak. Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. Please, he's such a loyal creature. Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back!
Air, ground. This is all gone.
Get out while you can.
Where'd you come from? Mother? Mother!
Maker. It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him, to make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down. Glorious. Serana claims you're her guardian, yet your first instinct appears to be Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you. You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her elders? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is... When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared to... Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny... In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on stopping him? If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plan? You care nothing for Serana, or our... Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Care, you're still a vampire. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. evil creatures that need to be destroyed. Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
If you'd only open your eyes. The moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him, before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can. Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins. You need to locate at their bases, destroy the Keepers that are... One more... The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body, let's just say, a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. When I entered the Soul Cairn, I requested if I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here. The Ideal Masters unleashed their Keepers, and sent... Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins. Unfortunately, yet, since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the idea. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness. What he fails to realize, if eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to return things to normal. The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the only way we can... I know they're mystic entities. Well, some I believe there's more to... I think perhaps they were once corporeal conduits. It's the reason for the soul, the ability. However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters wind up. I know very little about them.
Let's kill those...
And keep my daughters.
Back to the prison.
Why can't I just die? I fear I'm cursed to walk this desolate.
You managed to destroy all 3 keepers? Yes. Please, keep watch for Durnevere. With the prison's barrier down, he's almost certain to investigate.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.